Looking for when you entered the portal this past winter?
Yeah, I'd say kind of, being in the portal a couple times, it's kind of the first time I got in it, really not having an idea what was going to happen next. Was fortunate to get some opportunities. Ended up getting this one, and once I got that, I just took it.
What were the factors?
It's been awesome. I think, being in a similar system to what I, know and love from high school, being a lot in between, but kind of getting back to doing a lot of stuff that, I know and love has been awesome, and just being out here and playing in this system with these guys at this place is pretty special.
What were the factors that led you to choose USC?
Yeah, no doubt. I think, looking back kind of on these past 4 years, I don't know how many quarterbacks have, maybe learned as much information as I have, these past 4 years, learned about 6 different playbooks, having a lot of different OCs, a lot of different coaches, and, it's taught me a lot, no doubt. I think kind of now with a couple years left of eligibility, just wanted to get in a system, that I'm comfortable in with people that I know, and obviously having my uncle here is pretty special as well. I think in today's day and age, in any situation, especially the crazy era of college football we're in, it's important to be with people that know you, that know what you can do, and not many people know him better than me. He knows, what I can do out there on the field. He knows what I've been through. So to be able to have him here coaching me every day, believing in me, pushing me to keep chasing my dreams and goals is a blessing, and definitely, something that I'm not taking for granted.
How do you put in perspective just your football journey from 5-star guy to, like you said, 6 different offenses and 4 schools and everything?
Yeah, I think if you asked me coming out of high school that, this would be my college career, probably would have been a little crazy to hear for sure, but, going back, I wouldn't change a thing. And, if I had to go through all that, to be able to have this opportunity here with a couple years left, I'd go do it again. And I'm thankful for all the places I've been, all the coaches I've learned from. I mean, I've played for some pretty amazing coaches, some amazing teammates, and that's one of my favorite parts about the game of football is the relationships. So there's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of adversity, no doubt, but there's been a lot of great moments and great experiences, and it's been a little bit of a journey. But like I said, it's led me to be here right now, and I'm super blessed for that.
It's a pretty unique. It's a pretty unique thing to have your uncle as well as the head coach who has led Heisman winners in the past. What's kind of the dynamic between the coaches and everyone else in the room and all the other quarterbacks?
No doubt. I mean, it's special. From Coach Riley, my uncle in there. I mean, Coach Riley's arguably probably the best quarterback coach in the history of college football. So to be able to be here learning from him every day, it's pretty surreal. And just being able to be out here and see him signaling plays and coaching us up in the film room. I mean, just the amount of information I've already learned here and just being here, a couple months has been unbelievable. So I'm just trying to come in here every day and just learn and listen and ask questions. And so it's pretty cool.
You mentioned you have 2 years left. Obviously, you want to play, you want to prove yourself. What gave you the confidence that path is here for you at USC to be able to get that opportunity?
Yeah, no doubt. I think, the way my career's gone, to have an opportunity at a place like this, it's something, like I said, I'm not taking for granted because you never know, when these opportunities come. And not many people get to run out of this gate and wear this helmet and play for this university, and so it's pretty special. And once that opportunity came, it's something like, hey, I went down, I played at the FCS level, I had some success there with my teammates there. I didn't play much at all at UW. Was out for the year at Utah last year, and just kind of for me, it's just wanted to give it one more shot at this level for sure, and just being able to just continue working hard and putting it in God's hands, and just there's not really a better situation that you could be in as a quarterback than right here. So just kind of controlling what I can every day and just working hard and just taking it one day at a time and controlling everything I can. I'm thankful for all the stops before because it's kind of taught me to have that mindset here now, and so I'm very thankful for all that. For sure.
What did you go through last year, and then how tough was that mentally to get to a place where maybe you think you're in a good spot and then injury comes?
Yeah, no doubt. I had a great time at Cal Poly. It was awesome getting back out there on the field. It was what I needed, playing for my high school coach again there, building some unbelievable relationship with my teammates. And it was a special year for sure. And definitely after that, kind of wanted to get back up to this level. I had a great opportunity at Utah to do that. It wasn't really more of a sports injury, just kind of some health stuff that I had to get taken care of, and I had some great doctors and stuff down there, and I'm healthy and 100%. So, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I got the year back from that. Utah really, even when I got in the portal, they helped me make sure that I was able to get that year back, which was really cool. So I'm thankful for all them there. I had a great learning experience there, obviously, committed to Coach Ludd. He stepped away during the season. The new coach, new OC was brought in, who obviously was a little different style than, how I play quarterback. And, I'm thankful that they were honest about that with everything. So, going through that year, learned a lot, was fortunate to be around some great people and learn from some great people too.
You've touched on it a bit and how it shaped your mindset, but what's the last 4 years taught you?
Yeah, just that you know, sometimes God's going to take you on a journey that you know you really didn't know you needed, but it's to bring you better things than you could even ask for. And you know, like I said, such a big thing for me is just the relationships and all the knowledge I've learned, the experiences that I've had, the people that I've learned, the coaches I've played for. I'm super thankful for all of it. You know, and like I said, that it's brought me to be here right now with a couple of years left with just a chance to go compete at one of the best universities in the world for one of the most talented teams and most historic, you know, programs in the history of college football. So, you know, I'm thankful for everything that I've learned to put me in this position with this mentality to be here right now and just go compete and see what happens.
Thanks, Sam.